Recently, I got myself a S Mini, and I've been able to do a lot of things with it. Hey Google, play some music.
Playing on YouTube Music.
And I just looked at this today, and I thought, yeah, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can make this in Blender. And I haven't uploaded in so long, so yeah, here's this video. So without further ado, let's begin. First, we're just gonna delete the default cube, and we're gonna be adding a cylinder. Now, if you look at this cylinder, it's actually 2 meters long, because if this one increment is 1 meter, then this cylinder would be 2 meters. So to fix that, we need to scale it down by 0.5, like this, 0.5, 0.5, so that this would be 1 meter. This is actually 1 meter. So then after we've got this, we need to apply it. So Control A, scale. So now this one right here would be 1 meter. So then after this, we can add our reference images, which I've put in the link in the description with the Google Drive link. So Shift A.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Okay, it's fine, Google. Now you can add a reference and go to wherever you saved your file. For me, it's right here. And then you can move this back for now a little bit, move it back. And you can see the dimensions right here. On the X and Y, it will be 9.8 centimeters and it will be 4.2 centimeters tall. So let's adjust that. So select the cylinder and the X would be 0.098 and Y would be 0.098 and the height would be 0.042. So it's gonna be really small compared to the thing earlier, but it is what it is. So now go to the front and then we're gonna scale this down accordingly. Haven't actually used that in a while, that word. Okay, so now turn on X-ray right here and let's adjust a couple things and we're gonna move it to the side right here. So now make it bigger a little bit and stuff so that you get something like this. And so now we can also apply this cylinder once again so that it's all 1, 1, 1, 1. So when you like bevel it and stuff, it'll be kind of 45 degrees. So now let's go to front view, go into edit mode, and then we can loop cut and slide it down to this line where it separates. Then you can kind of scale it down, go for the bottom, scale it down, go for the middle right here and scale it up. And then we're gonna scale it in the middle again and then make it bigger and repeat this part as well. You want to kind of go for that middle part of the line. You want to loop cut it so it's in the middle like this. So I'm just gonna keep adding it like this, keep it going, and kind of just want to get the shape of it. Oh, oops. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. So now you got the shape of it, kind of. Actually, let's lower the top face a little bit so that it's more flat on the top and not kind of poking out. Okay, that's nice. Let's go into the front view, turn on X-ray again, and we want to select the edge right here, this edge. Turn off X-ray. So what we're gonna do is first we're going to loop cut this, slide it down, and then you're gonna scale it to make it bigger a little bit. Just by a little bit. Actually, let me make it a little smaller. And let's move it down. Okay, nice. So actually, let me repeat it and make it bigger. Okay, nice, okay. So you got something like this. You want it to be poking out a little bit, and you should be good. Okay, so now the adapter part, we're going to add another cylinder. Shift A, mesh, and cylinder. And again, repeat the same thing. Scale 0.5, 0.5, and 0.5. So you got something like this, which is 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So now you can apply the scale, and then let's move this to the side now and duplicate it, because we'll be using this one again later, so just keep it there. So now this one will be 1 centimeter for the adapter hole. So 0.01 would be 1 centimeter. 0.01, 0.01. Nice. So what happened? Okay, so now we can rotate this on the x-axis by 90 degrees. I'll bring it forward, and bring it to the middle, and then let's look from front view. You want it to be in the middle like this, in the middle of everything, center of the universe. I'm joking. So you see, you want it to be in the middle of this bottom portion and in the middle of the whole thing, pretty much. So something like this. And then we can scale it on the Y so it's poking in by a moderate amount. You want the bottom to be just by a little bit, like this much, as you can see. Now we can start the Boolean operation. So select the Nest Mini, go to Modifier, Add Modifier, Boolean, and then select it like this. And then you can delete it. Oh, sorry. Select it like this. Select it like this, and then you can apply the thing by pressing Shift A, not Shift A, Control A, sorry guys. Control A to apply the modifier, and then you can delete the cylinder. There we go. And so let's work on the thing a little bit. So let's go into edit mode. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna select this outer portion for the Nest Mini. Just loop and try to select, and then unselect the excess parts. Sometimes it happens when you do a Boolean. It is what it is. Then you can just bevel it slightly bevel it like this. It should be good. So now for the interface, we're going to be insetting it again, about this much. I'd say sometimes if you do it, some weird things happen. It happens when it's kind of like this physical based thing. So just if that happens, just kind of inset it by a little bit where the errors don't happen. Then just use the scale to do the rest, just in case it happens for you. But I don't think that would happen if you did it right. So now if you press E, it will go back in, inset it inwards. Not inset, extrude it inwards. Actually, let's bring it forward a little bit. So what happens is it kind of goes in like this, then it gets smaller, and then goes in, and then it gets actually smaller once again, just by a little bit, and then it goes in. And then you can inset it so that it's about this much, and extrude it out. This will be the kind of the metallic portion. Then you can bevel it, increase the segments by a little bit, and yeah, there we go. And also these edges looks really sharp, so let's also bevel it, lower the segment so it's not more than this. Just make it this, the least amount, and just bevel it by a little bit so it doesn't look too sharp. It doesn't hurt my eyes or your eyes. There we go. Okay, nice. So about this part. This will be the part for the switch. So let's select it, go to the object properties. And then adjust the scale to 0.006. It's gonna be 6 millimeters. So something like this. It's gonna be really small. Let's move it over here. Make sure you don't lose it in the midst of the void. Bro, what happened to my English? Okay, rotate it, Z-axis, 40 degrees. So now we can work with the axis, the global one. So rotate it 40 degrees, right? And then you're gonna move it closer to the y-axis on the line. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate it, cancel it, make it bigger, go into edit mode. And we're going to be using the knife to cut it in half like this. Make sure you got the right one. That is not the right one. Right here. I think that's in top view. Yep, perfect. And the bottom as well. Okay. Knife, knife, knife. Enter. So you got something like this. Go back to top view, turn on X-ray, go to face select, and then you want to select the half portion of this. And then let me turn this off. You want to extrude it out like this. So it's the part where we're gonna use as the switch. Let's move it down and select this part. Go to side view, R to rotate, and O. And let's move it to over here. You want it to be kind of parallel to the thing right here. So we kind of got that. Okay, so make sure that it's centered at the center like this. Then you can add this and then apply it. Delete this, G, Z, Z, move it in like this. And also you can join the switch with the thing itself if you want, or if you're gonna work on like some animations for the switch, I think you can just not join them, but I'm just gonna join them for now. Let's go into edit mode, and I'm gonna select this face and then bevel it. Yeah, bevel it like this, so it's not sharp to hurt anyone's eyes. Actually, I think that's too much bevel. So bevel it like this, so that it doesn't hurt anyone's eyes. And also repeat this part where you select the edges right here, and then also bevel it. Okay, so that's it for the modeling part now, and now we can move on to the texturing part. Okay. Okay then, let's continue. So for materials, let's begin with going to the material preview, then giving it a shade auto smooth. So let's go to like side view or something and bring this up. Oh, these two guys aren't joined. There we go. So let's bring it up to like over here, so you can see it's on the grid. And let's delete that guy back there. We wouldn't be needing him anymore. So first, let's go to side view, go into edit mode, and turn on X-ray view, and then select these faces. Hold on, switch to face select and select these faces. You might see this small part right here. You don't include them, they're the part of the fabric. So yeah, so now let's go to material preview and press new, and then press plus right here, plus, and then assign, and then new. So now we can make the color for the bottom. Now it's really up to you what color you want. For example, my Nest Mini right here, it's got like this gray greenish color, so I'll be doing it like that. If you have your own Nest Mini or something, or maybe you just want to customize it, then go ahead. Yeah, so now you can just go to change the color. I'm just gonna make it darker and gray, and then tilt it a little bit to the kind of the green side. So we get something like this, which is nice. And also let's turn this back by minus 45 degrees now, so the adapter is facing on the axis. Okay, so now we can adjust the colors for this guy a little bit, because that's not how it's supposed to look. Turn off X-ray view. And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna select this. So once we've got this, you can press plus and assign, press new, and then we're gonna make it black, all black, and then lower the specular to 0. So it's just darkness and I don't know, something like that. So now we can select the tip and then press Ctrl plus till it selects to the end, then press plus and assign and then new, and then lower the kind of the brightness a little bit, and then kind of go down here, increase the metallic, and then lower the roughness. So it's kind of metallic now, so we got something like that. Over here, nothing really to worry about. Just give it a shade auto smooth again, because that part wasn't. Okay, so now we can work on this part. Let's go to top view and then shading. So first we need to switch to slot 1, the white one, so we know which one we're working on. Then you can use the image that I've provided in the link in the description, the Google Drive one. You can just drag it in here and then plug the color into the base color. So you know, it's kind of up here now. Now right now it's not really properly mapped, so we have to do that. So go to UV editing and go to the materials properties and make sure you're selecting the top one and press select right here. Then we're going to go to top view, press U, and then project from view. So then we can see this right here. Right now you can click on this part right here and then select the image that we've imported earlier, that we dragged in, and then we can press A over here to select all of them and scale it on the Y so it's more round, and make it bigger. And then over here, something about this, just make sure it doesn't end up peeking outside, and you should be good. Let's check the end result out. So yeah, something like this. We need to fix a couple things. The stretching is it is what it is. I think if you can, you can improve it. But for the sake of simplicity, I won't be covering this stretching part. But we can go to shading now, and I'm gonna do a little bit of noding. So right here, you can see that this part is supposed to be like light. It's supposed to be like a LED. So to do that, we want to separate this and kind of set a thing up, because this is just an image and this white part is not emitting light. So let's press Shift A, and first we're gonna add a color ramp. My keyboard. Color ramp. Okay, and put it in between. So first thing, we just want to separate the white part with the gray part. So you can increase the black, maybe even bring in the white, but you just want to get to the point where you can only see the white part and like the part where it's glowing, And then what we're going to do next is we're going to be adding a mix node right here. Switch it to color so it mixes colors instead of floats, and plug it in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this part that should be plugged into A, and we're going to switch it to the factor so it separates instead of mixing. So basically what we did is first we separated the black and the white, and then we use it to separate the mixing. So what are we mixing? So first we'll be mixing the thing itself. With what? We're going to be mixing with what? We're going to be mixing with a emission shader. And then we can add a shader to RGB, so it uses RGBs instead of shaders. So we can plug it in here. And so I don't think that much difference could be seen, but basically we just separated it like this, and we mix it with this and this part. So now this part would be glowing. If you increase the strength or lower the strength, you can see it changing. And in the lighting sense, if you are in like a dark surrounding for this model, it will kind of emit light. So that's good. So now a couple things we can do. We can take this and then plug it into the specular. So it's a little bit more rough according to its, material. And we can also add a bump node for the bumps a little bit, because that's really flat, So you can plug it into the height, plug it into the normal, and oh, it's bumpy now, but that's too bumpy. So we can lower the strength a little bit so it looks better. And there we go, boom. That's Nest Mini right there. So now you can take this and kind of work it into your own projects and stuff. So yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching today's video on how to make a Nest Mini. And I haven't uploaded in a while, and I also forgot to bring my green screen from across the ocean, so that's a shame. So right now I have to use a circle. And hopefully I'll be uploading more often now. I haven't uploaded in really long, so that's really something, right? And if you liked it, like and also subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.